Welcome back to Wake Up Washington. Nasty nor'easter. Yeah, it's going to bring a little bit of everything from snow to sleet to freezing rain, gusty winds, even some coastal flooding will be a concern. Let's talk about what's going to be happening and when. All of you want to know how much snow am I going to get before we see that transition. If you're along the eastern shore in southern Maryland, not much snow at all. You're looking at mainly rain, perhaps around Prince George's, the eastern edge of D.C. up through Baltimore, a trace to about an inch before you see that transition. 1 to 3 along Gaithersburg, Manassas, even parts of Loudoun, Fairfax, Vienna, Frederick, up through Westminster, Alexandria, within that range there. And then 3 to 6 as you head toward Culpeper, Orange, up through just the eastern edge of Hagerstown. And then once you get to Romney, Cumberland, Martinsburg, Winchester, Petersburg, that's when you get into the bullseye of the bigger snow amount. 6 to 12 inches easily possible in these particular areas. Here's a look at our storm system right now. It's impacting states everywhere from Georgia down to Florida. It's going to move its way up to the north and east, and it's going to pass over our area while we have a little cold air locked in place. So the start time for this, if you're around Fredericksburg, Culpeper, Tappahannock, you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 11 a.m. start time. And then right around 1 o'clock for D.C., Gaithersburg and Frederick, also anytime between 1 and 2 p.m. you'll see this happening. By 3 o'clock, we've got snow everywhere. And that snow could come down pretty heavy at times. This is going to be a heavier snow that we will see for a brief moment. That's 3:30, 4:30. You already see that rain working its way into southern Maryland. That's the warm air that's going to be intruding into the area, giving us that mix. So from 1 p.m. to about 5 or 6 p.m. is the best time to get the snow. Once you get to 5:30, 6 o'clock up until 8, 9 o'clock, that's when things get dicey, when we start to see that transition over. Here is 6 p.m. We can see a line of sleet mixing in with rain. These temperatures are showing that they'll be above freezing, but if for some reason it takes them a little bit longer to get above freezing, you're going to run into some freezing rain, and that means you'll see some ice beginning to accumulate. Here we are at 7 p.m. More warm air coming in, more areas transitioning to all rain. But again, you're still looking at some sleet and perhaps even some freezing rain working its way in. This is 9:30 at night. At this point, the winds have kicked up. We're seeing a lot of more areas getting rain. We're starting to get snow and some mixing even in our far north and western counties. And later on tonight, after about midnight or so, you might get a little bit of a lull in activity about 2 a.m. or so. Then Monday morning, this starts to pull away from us and you get some leftover sprinkles of a snow shower or a mix. But for the most part, the precipitation has ended at that point. All right, let's talk about those winds because they will be gusting as well. We could see winds 35 to 45 miles per hour, those wind gusts. And here's a look at the ice accumulation. We could see upwards of a quarter of an inch or so accumulating in some areas, especially south and west of the region. So we do have to watch out for that ice accumulation, and we're watching out for the potential for up to 1/10 of an inch of a glaze of ice on things. That's going to complicate things even more because you'd be looking at the wind, then the rain, and the snow, and the ice. That means trees could come down. We could see numerous power outages. In the D.C. area, a winter weather advisory for the snow and for some sleet and freezing rain. And then you've got that winter storm warning for Martinsburg, Winchester, Front Royal, even Frederick and Hagerstown included in that for heavy snow, the wind, and the ice. And we also have coastal flooding to be concerned about. Remember, we're going to have those winds whipping up to 35 to 45 miles per hour, even stronger. That's going to bring some water ashore. So look out for the coastal flooding around Annapolis, around Cove Point, Colton's Point, Reedville, Cambridge, all those areas, and even a coastal flood advisory around the D.C. area. All right, it is cold, but we're going to see those temperatures go up. At the start of the day, we get into the 20s. We're still in the 20s between 2 and 4 p.m. But look at that, 37 by 8 p.m., 42 by 10 o'clock tonight. So that warmer air eventually is going to come in and win. Your 7-day forecast, look for temperatures up to about 42 tomorrow, 36 Tuesday, showers late Wednesday. We're cold again Thursday, Friday. Now we're watching out Friday, Saturday, in particular Saturday. Potentially we could see some more flurries or some snow work its way in. Models are not in agreement just yet, but just wanted to give you that heads up.